Yo, family, the stock market keeps falling in this recession. So, what are we going to do? We are going to protect our money. Let's check out what's happening in the CNBC world here. What do we got here? Live updates. Stock futures fall after S&P hits new low for the year. Okay, that's the headline that is for this Wednesday. Early in the morning, all right? They're telling you that the S&P hit new lows, but newsflash, we told you the S&P was likely to hit new lows. And let's jump to those charts to figure out why we said that once more. S&P futures right now hitting those new lows, 36, 32, and bouncing, just dribbling around, all right? That wedge pattern that we discussed last week, how it broke down, that we will likely hit new lows, and we have done just that. So what do we do now to continue to protect our money? The chart is telling us that we have two things that could happen from here, all right? The prices could take the stairs down or the elevator. We're going to find that out. Getting this confirmation for this week will be critical to figure out how the price may likely continue to move. Stairs down, which would mean that we would make a newer low, which we did. We could measure that out with chart analysis, or the elevator down would be a fast move. I don't like the fast move, although I'm positioned for either to happen. Positioning you as well. Regardless of what happens, the chart is telling us we have a path. We're going to take a look and make sure that if it closes below the lows this week, that we're likely going to continue on that path for that new low. The S&P is indicated weaker. Let's check out the Dow, and the Dow is likely, come on, man. Let's do this one more time with our, there we go. Now the Dow is at 29,000 and indicated weaker as well. It's at around 190 lower right now, so 29,000. Price target for the Dow is going to be around, let's see, we're here, about 26. We're going to say about 26,000 if it takes the stairs down slowly, or the elevator. I think likely it'll get down to around that 26,000 area. Taking a look at that break in the wedge once more, we are at those new lows. The Dow hit the new lows first, S&P followed. The rest of the market is likely going to continue to follow. That's the Dow futures. Let's go on over to the Russell futures and see what's going on in Russell land. Russell land is weaker, 1,655. So 1,655 is where it currently is, and still bouncing. And the Russell has just begun to make its new lows, and that is not a good sign as well. We could keep sliding. That is the Russell, and let's go ahead and check out finally the Nasdaq here. Nasdaq is likely going to be on path with his cousins, the cousins of price death. 11,184 or 11,185. We want to round up, and we take a look here, and the Nasdaq also is just begun to make its fresh new lows. So the Dow has made its new lows, and the S&P has made its new lows. The Russell and the Nasdaq are to follow. Those are the futures for the S&P, Nasdaq, Russell, and Dow. Let's check on our favorite stocks here: Apple, Amazon, Meta, Netflix, Tesla, and Google, aka Alphabet. Slide on over to Chart World here, and if you have not subscribed yet, make sure you change that. Let's hit that subscribe button and continue to get you the information you love in the format nobody else does it in. All right, Apple is at 151.76 was the last close, and oh, look at this, it is below 150. 146.51, and it is lower, indicating right now for now. But here was the pattern that I highlighted last week that I said has given me results that it would likely break 150. This candle pattern right here is something that I've seen multiple times and has usually led to a move lower, and this is not surprising. That's why I told you last time that it would likely move lower. And here we are, 150 is showing that it is going to break. We're going to wait for that weekly confirmation because you never know. 146 in the aftermarket could be a bargain to somebody. I think we continue to move lower. Price target is still around 130 based on what the chart is telling us. Around 130 is going to be some form of support. That's the weekly. Let's take a look at the daily for any other clues. And the clues that we've had were spinning top, hammer. The hammer candle was there. We got an inverted hammer, another spinning top. And oh, we hit that 20-day moving average, which we have seen has been resistance. So no shocker, the price went down. Look for Apple around 130. That's an okay place to nibble at. I think Apple will eventually get there. That's Apple. Let's take a look at Amazon. Amazon is at 114.41 was the most recent close price and is indicated lower right now around 113. We'll give it a 113. And let's back that out one more time. Let's give a shout out to this inverted cup and handle that we've talked about for quite some time that is showing that the price is likely going to move lower. We will eventually get our confirmation if it breaks below that 105 level. It is at 114. We're not too far from there. Let's take a look one more time as we zoom in, and we got candle pattern that we just saw on Apple. Could be shaping up this week. You see it right here. If it does, then we know that we have a good chance of moving lower. It just showed us in Apple the power of that combo. If it does it on here, then we know likely Amazon is going to continue to move lower next week. That is the weekly. Let's check out the daily. Do we have anything to give us any insight on there? Currently, nah. We still have that the 20-day moving average is resistance. We're not close to it yet. We're pretty far away, so it could remain a little bit this week. And if it does, then next week we can look for some type of breakdown. That's Amazon. Let's go over to Meta. META is at 134.40 and indicating lower. Oh goodness, look at that slide. It's just like a whee. Just going down so ultra slow. It's cute. I think that it will continue to slide. Remember, our price target now that we've broken that 140 area is that it would likely get around this 130, and we've seen in the past that around that 130 has been a very attractive level. So I say scoop, scoop, scoop. Not a bad entry price at all. Record lows is where you want to get in on stocks, period. That is made on the weekly. Let's take a look at the daily. The daily is giving us what we just exclaimed here of that slide. That slide. Oh my goodness. New lows 134.12, and we are just still there. And oh my God, it's still dropping 132. Almost there, ladies and gentlemen. Almost there. If you want to continue to hold on, go ahead and hold on to your cash so you can buy up a little bit more. I still think it's a great entry price in order to get a stock that has historically been pretty good. That's Meta. Let's check on Netflix. Netflix, how you doing over there? Come on. Let's align my fingers on the keys. Netflix is at 224.36 was the last close, indicating lower right now around 223. And let's switch over to our weekly. Weekly is showing us what we've been talking about over the past 2 weeks here, how we stay out of the water at any point in time between 250 and 220. And we're still in between there, and we're getting closer to that 220. Last week, I highlighted the concern of it failing to get above 250. And that failure, in essence, sparked what the bears can do now. And we are at that low point here. We're making a spinning top candle, and as we discussed before, that indecisive signal there can signal a move lower. Unfortunately, Netflix world, I see the potential for the break of 220. The death of 220 can likely happen, and if it does, it's probably going to take the elevator down. and hit around that 190 area. That's the weekly. Let's take a look at the daily. The daily is showing that this 50-day moving average is finally had a solid close below. We've had a touch there, and then all of a sudden we've had a fall below. That fall below could be the indicator right there that the bears are gaining that strength to push that price lower. I'm unfortunately looking now for Netflix to finally start to make that move lower. That's Netflix. Let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla, 282.94, and indicated lower right now around 279. We'll say that right now. We've talked about multiple times about how above 300 is the sell zone. That sell zone has been activated once more, and now we are dancing once more around this 20-day moving average. Will that 20 continue to hold it up? I don't think it's going to be able to do the job, fellas. I think this is going to move lower, and we still talk about our price targets right around this here 225 to 240 area. I think that's the better buy, and you can see based on the candles there. That's Tesla on the weekly. Let's check it out on the daily for any insight. Oh yeah, what do we got here? You see that? Spinning top, indecisive action underneath that 50-day, which was holding the price up. Here was the close below, which is the same situation we're talking about for Netflix. How we had that close below that 50, now it's resistance. All of those moving averages grouped together are going to likely smash the price lower. I'm looking for Tesla to continue its move lower. Lastly, on the list, we got our buddies Alphabet, aka Google, 97.50, an indicated lower right now, around 97, so pretty flat as far as futures are concerned right now. We've got our inverted cup and handle, and we've got our break. Okay, and this week is shaping up to be somewhat of a spinning top as we are in the middle of the week. I think that the price does continue to fall and eventually get to our price targets here around that $85 to $90 area. That's weekly, and then let's look at the daily for clues. The daily is showing that it is sliding. It is sliding. It's a pretty smooth slide there. So I'm looking for Alphabet to continue to move lower. So those are all of the stocks that we cover every single week. Everything right now is on the path of least resistance, which is lower. So I say prepare for buying. I say prepare for buying because it can't happen forever. It's not just going to slide down forever. Look for those price targets to activate. Some of the bulls start coming out and scooping up some of these prices here. The stocks are very attractive. Money has to make money somewhere, and eventually we will get to a point where buying is going to be the new thing. Right now it is not. So protect your money. Know the buy prices. We've discussed it, and make sure that you do that, okay? Much love to you. Thank you for checking me out once more. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure that you check out the other videos as I give you the breakdown of how to use technical analysis in real time. This is not something that happens often. That's why I created this channel, to help you understand how to protect your money with the chart. With that, I'm going to get out of here, and we'll check you next week, all right? Or not next week, on Friday, all right? Peace.